Hello everybody, welcome back to Perfect English with Alex. In this week's video, I'm going to teach you some words that native English speakers never ever use. These are words I hear my students say all the time, but a native English speaker would never ever say them. So stop saying these words in this video and I will teach you some better ways to say these words. So I'm going to go through 5 words you need to stop saying. And remember, if you enjoy this video, please leave a like, share this video with your friends and subscribe to my channel. And of course, leave a comment with your answers to this week's homework at the end of the video. Let's go with words that native English speakers never say. Okay, so the first word, foolish. Now, I heard one of my students say this word last week and it made me think of making this video because foolish is a word that we don't use in English. Foolish was used many years ago, but nowadays we just don't use it. So stop saying it. And foolish is used to describe something that is not smart, not clever, or perhaps a little bit silly. For example, he was foolish to gamble away all of his money. This was not a clever thing to do. It was foolish. And whilst this is grammatically correct, a native English speaker wouldn't say this. So here are some different ways you can say this sentence. He was so stupid to gamble away all of his money. He was so silly to gamble away all of his money. He was so idiotic to gamble away all of his money. That was such a thoughtless thing to do. He gambled away all of his money. What a mindless thing to do, gambling away his money. So there you have 5 alternatives to foolish: stupid, silly, idiotic, thoughtless, and mindless. So don't say foolish, say one of these words instead. Okay, so now you know to stop saying foolish. Word number 2 is seldom. Don't say this word. No one in England uses this word. I have heard this word all around the world when I have taught in different schools. Everybody seems to think native speakers say it, but we don't. We don't use this word seldom. The only person I know that might use it is my grandma. So like foolish, it's a word that older people would have used in the past, but now people don't use it. And seldom is used to describe something that you do a little bit of the time, something that you don't do very often. For example, I seldom wear shorts in England because it's so cold. So I don't wear shorts often. I seldom wear them. But no one would say this in England. Here are 5 different ways you can say seldom. I rarely wear shorts. I hardly wear shorts. I hardly ever wear shorts. I don't wear shorts very often. I wear shorts once in a while. All 5 of these examples would be used instead of seldom. So don't say seldom, say one of these 5 words instead. Rarely, hardly, hardly ever, not very often, and once in a while. Start saying these cool new words today. They are all great ways to sound like a native. Okay, now word number 3, yummy. Another word I hear my students say a lot, yummy. And the only people that use this in England are very small children. So unless you're a small child, don't say yummy. And yummy is used to describe food that we think is nice, food that we are enjoying eating. So there are so many different ways you can say this. So you don't need to say yummy. Instead, you can say some other words. So for example, this soup is so yummy. Here are some different ways you can say this sentence, like a native speaker. This soup is delicious. This soup is great. This soup is tasty. This soup is amazing. This soup is lovely. All of these sentences are saying we like the soup, but it's not yummy. Say it like a native. It's tasty. It's great. It's lovely. Lots of different ways to say yummy. So make sure you add these words to your vocabulary. And learning new words is a great way to build your fluency. You will start to speak in better, more eloquent, more native sounding sentences. So start using these words today. Don't go back to saying your boring old words like yummy. Start with these new cool words. Okay, so we've been through foolish, seldom, yummy. Now word number 4, so-so. I hear my students, particularly ones from Asia, saying this word, so-so, or these two words, so-so. But again, no one in England would say, I'm so-so today. We just don't say it. So you shouldn't say it as an English learner. And so-so means okay. It's not good, it's not bad. So-so is okay. So nowadays, people would actually say, I'm okay, not I'm so-so. So when someone asks, how are you? Don't say, I'm so-so. You can say, I'm okay. How are you? I'm okay. And also, so-so can be used to describe food that you like a little bit. Do you like fish? So-so. But again, don't say it. People in England will not say this about food. So, for example, do you like fish? It's okay. So instead of saying so-so, you can say okay for how you're feeling and food. It is a much better way to sound like a native. Okay, so we've been through 4 words in this video. Now the 5th and final word, phrase that I want you to stop saying. And it's go on foot or go by foot. When you're talking about where you are going, don't say I go on foot or I go by foot. A native speaker would not say this. And they wouldn't say this because there is already a word that exists. Go by foot, walk. Walk already exists in English. So you don't need to say, I go to school by foot. You can say, I walk to school. So not, I go to university on foot, not, I go to university by foot. I walk to university. I walked to my friend's house. I walked to the shop. Lots of different places you can talk about, but don't say you go on foot or by foot. You walk. So I've been through 5 words in this video that I want you to stop saying because native speakers just do not say these words. And they were foolish. Stop saying foolish. Instead say stupid, silly, idiotic, thoughtless, mindless. Very cool alternatives for foolish there. And stop saying seldom. Instead say rarely, hardly, hardly ever, once in a while, and not very often. Again, branching out and learning new words and using words that natives would use. And I went through yummy, so stop saying yummy and instead say delicious, great, tasty, amazing, lovely. So many ways to describe food that we like. So don't say yummy, use one of these words instead. And the 4th word, stop saying I'm so-so. You can say, I'm okay. I'm okay today. I'm not good, I'm not bad, I'm okay. And the last word, stop saying you go on foot or you go by foot. Just use the word walk. I walk to school. I walk to college. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Now your homework this week. I want you to use a synonym for yummy in this sentence. Wow, this food tastes so. So put a word here, but not yummy, and leave it as a comment on the video. What word do you think can go here? Let me know in the comments. Make your sentence and leave it as a comment on this video. But thank you all so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.